So, Ben, what was the song we just heard?
The song we just heard is called Desert Fox. I wrote it about, I don't know, about a year ago. Yeah, it's like kind of got that Latin Santana kind of flavor vibe that I was trying to go for, and hopefully I caught that.
No, I feel that. I feel that. Was there any like specific influences?
Yeah, I mean, I love a lot of, funny enough, I love a lot of metal and rock and roll. But since I'm in Fresno, people kind of tend to gear towards a lot of Spanish and Latin stuff, which I don't mind. I actually do love. But yeah, I mean, I'm a guitar player. I loved guitar since I was 12, 14 years old. So, you know, all the classic ones, Jimi Hendrix, Santana, and at the moment, Guthrie Goffin, which is an extraordinary guitar player.
Cool. You mentioned picking up the guitar around 12, 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of when it all started? Tell us the story. Who is Ben Napoles?
So I come from a very, I would say, unique background. From my childhood, I was my parents were missionaries, and they had their mission down in Mexico City, and I was pretty much raised there from year one till I was about 14, 15 years old. And, you know, back then we still had dial-up internet, so it took forever to try to learn anything. So, you know, it was just mostly because I was really bored sometimes. I just picked up the guitar and did whatever I wanted to, and just kind of forced me to create. And it forced me to just kind of enjoy that moment. And so ever since then, I've been playing guitar since I was about 12, 13 or so.
Wow. Was the first thing you went to metal? Was that the genre you...
Yeah, my big brother listened to a lot of metal, and my older brother, and that kind of caught on with me. But I always tended to kind of like also a little bit more of the blues, the jazz. Not that he didn't, but yeah, that's just kind of my a little bit more influences.
Did you have any schooling that you did for this, or was it just all self-taught?
Yeah, most of it was kind of self-taught until I finished high school. After that, my parents sent me to England in a place called Nexus, and I pretty much did a whole year of guitar there. So I was there in Coventry, England, by myself, not knowing anybody, learning the instrument, and then I flew back down. And I kind of gained a lot more in my knowledge up there.
That's awesome. Who would you say has had probably the biggest influence on your music, musicality in your career?
Oh man, that's really hard to say. I kind of tend to like a lot of different people. I'm not really kind of bound to one different type of genre. In reality, I just kind of go with whatever the flow is.
Awesome. So what's the next song you're going to be playing for us?
The next song I'm going to be playing is a cover by Stevie Wonder, and it's called Isn't She Lovely?
And of course you have your own little style on it too, right?
Yeah.
cool like performance of "Isn't She Lovely." Like, I mean, I've never heard that song performed like that. I've heard that song a million times. You know, YouTube. It's a wonder of the world. Can you take us through a little bit about your thought process and how you took that song and made it your own?
I've been playing that song for a little bit while now, and every single time I try to add in a little kind of different funkness to it, just because you kind of get bored with the same idea every now and then. So I think that song just kind of developed through a period of time. Also, I've heard a lot of great artists play that kind of particular song. One in particular, Tom Misch, plays an awesome version of that song. So I was trying to also catch some vibey stuff from him too as well. So but yeah, I mean, like I said, it's one of those songs that I wanted to dedicate to my 7-year-old daughter, and now it just kind of developed into just me playing it into my own style.
Right. You mentioned your family, and you know you're doing it for your daughter and stuff. Is this something that you're hoping that they pick up? You know, as time goes on.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, yeah. Every night we go in and we play songs before they go to bed, and so it's just kind of one of those things to try to catch on. You know, for me, I don't want to be able to be that parent that teaches all the time. I want to be able to just have music available, and if they want to pick it, cool. If not, you know, I feel like that should be kind of music. You know, you should kind of enjoy it as it goes.
Right. You mentioned, you know, maybe teaching. You're a music teacher, right?
Yes, I teach guitar from all ages. I teach from the ages 4 to however old. And I do it here at the Music Hub. It's on Van Ness and the 180. And we also have a bunch of other teachers. There is a drum teacher. There's a guitar, vocals, bass, and all that. So if anybody interested in wanting to learn some music, hit me up.
Just going to get a ton of enrollees.
Yeah, hope so.
Do you have a website? Is there anywhere, social media where they can follow you? Maybe you personally?
Yeah, I have my own personal website. It's called Benjamin Napoles. That's Napoles. I know it's weird. I'm Italian, or that side of the family is Italian. But yeah, benjaminnapoles.com, and there it shows gigs that I'm going to be doing. It will show calendar of dates, also how you can contact me for lessons. You can also reach me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm usually constantly putting stuff out.
Right. Before we get into the next song, if you had anything to say to somebody who's, you know, picking up a guitar for the first time and is really wants to get into it, what would be your advice to them?
My advice to them is just to kind of really enjoy music. You know, do it like listen to songs and memorize them. You know, train that ear. I feel like one of the better musicians that I've come across have just such an awesome ear because they've sat there and listened to records, and or even just jogging, they'll sit there and they'll listen to the songs in and out, and it's just like a language. You know, if you hear somebody talk Spanish or German or whatever type of language, at some point you're just gonna pick it up. So I think it's very crucial to just kind of listen to music and not imitate it as much. And I think the more you listen, the more you can start to develop a musical ear and a musical ability.
Right. Wow, that's awesome. So the people watching, obviously, this video is filled with awesome music. What's the next song you're going to be playing for us?
The next song is an original song. It's my take on a flamenco. Not that I'm a great flamenco player, but this song's called Fly Away. And I hope you guys enjoy it.